Capcom announces Street Fighter 6. Atlus announces a brand new RPG that will be making its way to Xbox, and ZeniMax Studios have some more Xbox games in the works. Welcome back to another video, guys. If you enjoy daily content and you like what you see throughout this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. So last night we got the big reveal that we were all waiting for from Capcom. They had a countdown on their website and they finally showed off what they wanted to announce, which was Street Fighter 6. Now, this is a big announcement because this is the first Street Fighter game since 2016. And if you remember, back in 2016, Street Fighter 5 was only on the PlayStation 4 and PC. So it's a big announcement for everybody, but specifically if you're on Xbox, you're going to be wondering if this game is going to make its way over to Xbox. Now, we don't know yet because they did not announce the platforms, but during 2020 there was a Capcom leak and we got some information on Street Fighter 6. Hasn't been confirmed, so take this with a grain of salt, but within the leaked notes they say here, platforms for Street Fighter 6, PS5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And IGN wrote in an article, sources confirmed to IGN that some of the games included in the list are legitimate, including Dragon's Dogma 2 and Street Fighter 6, but could potentially be out of date. Many other games revealed in the leak are listed under codename. So we don't know if this game is going to be coming over to Xbox, and that won't be confirmed until a later date because all they did here was show off this trailer of Street Fighter 6, which basically just gave us a quick glimpse and look at, I guess, the art style for the game. Looks like they're going with a more realistic look, but with like over exaggerated features on the characters. It was only 40 seconds, no release date, no platforms, nothing like that. But I think there is a greater chance that this game is going to release on Xbox for a couple of reasons. You look back at the PlayStation 4, Xbox One era, when Street Fighter 5 came out, Xbox One just wasn't very popular, so they probably got a huge chunk of change from PlayStation to keep that console exclusive, and the risk of not putting it on Xbox was much lower because it just wasn't a popular console. The install base just wasn't there. But we look at this generation, we look at how well the Xbox Series X and S is doing, how much more popular it is, how many more consoles have sold. I think there's a much greater incentive for Capcom to want to keep this game completely multi-platform. Now, that wasn't the only announcement they had at this event. They also announced here the all new Capcom Fighting Collection that is scheduled for release on June 24th. And this is going to be coming out on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo Switch, all of the different platforms. And you get Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior, the Lord of Vampire, Vampire Savior, the Lord of Vampire 2, Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition, Red Earth, Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, Cyberbots, Full Metal Madness, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. So very great collection of Capcom fighting games, and I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see more about Street Fighter 6. I really hope it does come out onto Xbox. We just got King of Fighters 15, which King of Fighters 14 was not out on Xbox, but King of Fighters 15 is. So that kind of hint that these companies do want to put their games on the Xbox platform, especially this generation. We're jumping over here to another big announcement, and this comes via Atlus, and it is a new JRPG called Soul Hackers 2. Now, this is interesting because this is a follow-up to the game Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. Now, I've never played this game. I don't know very much about this series or anything, but it's interesting because the first Devil Summoner game came out in Japan in '96, and then Soul Hackers launched in 1997, which I believe was a follow-up to that first one. And then it was translated and re-released for the Nintendo 3DS in 2013. So for a lot of people, this may be their first jump into this series, into this JRPG, and there was a trailer for it, and it looks very much just like your Atlus JRPG, like Persona, like Shin Megami Tensei. So it's great to see that there's a new one coming out, and it's really great to see that this is going to be releasing on Xbox as well. Now, this is going to release on August 26th for the PS5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC. And this shows they're willing to put this game on Xbox, which may mean down the line future Atlus games are also going to be released on Xbox. And hey, maybe we're finally going to get Persona on the Xbox platform And I think that would be a very cool thing to see. I know a lot of people still want that game. It is Atlus, it is Sega. They have a great relationship with Xbox, so you can never really count it out. Finally, to end things off here, we have some more information on some games that are apparently in the works from ZeniMax Studios. So firstly, we have ZeniMax Online Studios that could possibly be working on some kind of mobile game. And this comes via the LinkedIn profile of Adam Schlosser, who in his profile is a ZeniMax Online Studios employee full-time for 2 years and 3 months, as well as a senior mobile game designer right now for about 1 year and 2 months. And then he's also the lead mobile engineer. Has been there since October 2017. And they say here from February 2018 until now, mobile game designer. So there could be some sort of new mobile game in the works at ZeniMax Online. So who knows what this is, but it could be bunch of different things. Could it be a new Fallout game like Fallout Shelter, a Starfield add-on in addition to the game's release on console? Maybe they'll have some sort of mobile aspect to it. Could it be finally bringing over Skyrim that you could just download and play on your phone? Who knows? I mean, me personally, not a mobile gamer, don't really play any games on my phone, so I'm not that excited about this, but will be interesting to see where they go with this mobile stuff, because we know with Xbox, with Microsoft, it's a big part of what they want to do. They really want to reach a lot of people through mobile phones, whether that's through the cloud or that's just through making games that are native for phones. And then we also got this here from the Xbox Era podcast, and this is from Special Ed, who says that there is a project codenamed Wormwood supposedly in the works, and it is a real-time strategy game from one of the ZeniMax studios. Not sure which ZeniMax studio it is. So it's another brand new game that is apparently being worked on from Xbox Game Studios, and it's just more interesting information, more IPs that we're going to hopefully see information about going forward this year at E3. If you think about this year's E3 coming up, they have a lot of stuff that they need to show off, a lot of stuff that they can show off, gameplay for games that have already been announced, more information on all of these projects that we have code names for. So very exciting times ahead when you're thinking about all the IPs in the works right now at Xbox Game Studios. That's it from me, guys. What are your thoughts on Street Fighter 6, and do you think it will be coming out on Xbox? Are you happy that the next Atlus JRPG is going to be coming out onto Xbox? What games do you think could be in the works at ZeniMax? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you like what you saw, consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.